Hi, Aquarius. This is Leigh. So coming at you from Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. So this is your bonus spread for this week because you were the sign that had the most viewings on your weekly reading. You always, 9 times out of 10, you always tear it up. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. I always do, Like I said, anything I put out, you always support me, and I just want to let you know that I appreciate that. Okay, so today we're going to do something a little different. This is an astrology inspired reading, so this is a reading that's specifically geared towards Aquarius. So we're going to ask some questions of Spirit, or I already asked the questions of Spirit and I got the answers. I just laid everything out for brevity, so it's not an overly long reading. This is just something really light to just touch on a few topics in your life for us to see what's going on and what Spirit wants you to know. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with, let's see. Let's start with this first Soul's Journey card. It's self-esteem. So Spirit is saying, this card is saying, I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Okay. So I feel like self-esteem is very important. I feel like this is what Spirit is always talking to you about, okay? This is what you should always be working on, what you should always be looking towards, because the relationship that you have with yourself dictates everything else, right? So if you work on focusing on yourself, building yourself up, building up your self-esteem, that in turn is going to help you to acquire or cultivate gifts of the soul that benefit you, not only yourself, but other people as well. Okay? Okay, so the second card, the second Soul's Journey card we have is relationships. This was on the bottom of the deck. It says, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So this is what you should always be saying. Okay? This is always what you want, okay? Anybody that doesn't fall under this definition of relationships, you need to think about whether or not you want to continue to cultivate a relationship with them. Because I always say, if someone is not picking you up, they're bringing you down. And so the amount of people who bring you down, if you can keep that to a minimum, you're going to help yourself out, because they say we're all the sum of our 5 closest people that we have around us. So if you got 5 negative people around you, then guess what that's going to do to you, what that's going to make you, right? You're going to become negative Nancy. So with this relationship card, you need to always remember this. Just like, you want people who are going to lift you up and treat you right and be good to you. Sometimes you got to go out and find those people. Sometimes they're not in your immediate circle. Sometimes you're so focused on, living life and trying to pay those bills and do the things that you need to do just to exist or just to survive, that you don't even realize that the people that you have around you are not serving your highest good. Okay? Okay. So the last Soul's Journey card is growth. It says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. That's what this is all about. Spiritual growth. Okay? This whole thing we talk about every week when it comes to your love relationships is spiritual growth. Because like I said, this not only affects your love life relationships, it's every relationship, because it's all love at the end of the day, right? The people that you have in your life, you have them in your life because you want, you love them, and you want, they're supposed to be loving you as well. So this spiritual journey is not just for yourself and, in turn to attract the type of love relationship you want, but it's all of your relationships, for everything in your life, every area of your life, not just your love life or just your relationship with yourself, but it's everything in your life is what is, what we're focusing on with this growth. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to move to the first question. Oh, let's do the overall energy. So the overall energy we've got is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is talking about a fresh new start, a passionate start. So the reason for this entire spiritual growth, what you're going through right now, Aquarius, is for you to have a fresh new start when it comes to your life, period. It's not just a love life change. It's everything. Because like I said, I guarantee you that if you're having problems when it comes to your love life, you're having problems in all your other relationships as well. Because what you think about yourself, period, it affects every relationship, not just a love relationship. Okay? So this is just talking about, you know, getting yourself together, focusing on yourself, building yourself up so you can have a new passion for life and a new passion for love, and for it to not be the same old, and, you know, you be in situations where you're not being loved and cared for, and, you know, you're not receiving the love that you give out to other people. Okay? Because this is what we want. What's under here, the Two of Cups, it says a loving exchange. That's what you want. And you want Six of Pentacles. You want, you know, reciprocity, equal give and take. And that's what you deserve, you know. But you've got to make sure that you encompass those beliefs and that you believe them yourself. Because like I tell you, I can tell you all day long that you deserve to have reciprocity and equal give and take. But until you believe that, and until you know that, not just intellectually know it, you believe it, and it becomes a practice for you where it, you know, you let it permeate every area of your life, it's not gonna be the status quo. You have to make it that, because it hasn't been. Because if it had, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You wouldn't even be on this channel, right? You would be out enjoying your life, enjoying the relationships, you know, that you've cultivated up until now that are, you know, that are healthy. So the first question that we've got is the first card is going to talk about the card that describes you currently. So it says the Empress, Divine Feminine. Okay. So, you know, with this card, you know, it's Taurus, Libra energy. It's just talking about basically the type of energy that you need to embody. And this is Spirit saying that you need to, you know, get in touch, more in touch with your softer side, and learn how to embrace your emotions. Okay. Because just because you get hurt by someone, Aquarius, it doesn't mean that you shut down and you stop loving and you stop being open and you stop, you know, letting people in, because everybody is not going to do you like this. Okay. It may seem like everybody is, because what is going on is, like I said, you're transitioning. You're trying to get to a place of growth where you can, you know, get yourself to the point to where everybody that comes in relationship wise is going to serve your higher good. Because like I said, if you weren't taught, or you didn't teach yourself to only attract, you know, to only attract people who serve your highest good, then this is just something that you have to learn. So with the Empress card, that's what Spirit is trying to teach you. Once you embody this energy, you're able to look at yourself and focus on yourself and love on yourself and give yourself the things that you wish other people gave you. Watch out. Everybody better watch out, because, you know, it's going to be a new day for you, Aquarius. It's going to be, you know, shit that you've been putting up with for a long time that you're no longer going to put up with. Because that's the one thing I've learned, that the more I focus on myself and love myself, it's certain shit that the minute I fucking hear it, I'm like, nope, not doing that. Not doing that, you know? And maybe a few months ago or a year ago or years ago, it would have been the status quo. It would have been okay, you know? Because like I said, a lot of it is where you come from. So if you put out the vibe that, you know, you willing to put up with anything just to have somebody in your life, nah, that's no good. That's no good. Because if you just willing to take anything, that's what you gonna get. It's just anything. You're not gonna get the best unless you embody the best, is what Spirit is trying to tell you with this Empress card. Okay. Okay. So next card is going to describe why you're afraid of your emotions. Okay. And it's the sun. This is Leo energy. Okay, you have a radiant energy is what this card is saying. You have a vibrant energy. You have warmth and optimism, happiness, positivity. Okay, vitality. You have good qualities when you're open and you love and you allow that balance of logic and love, because you know the temperance card will come up a lot when I read for you, and temperance is all about balance, because like I tell you, just like all logic is no good, all emotion is no good as well. You need to find a happy balance, a happy medium between the two. So, you know, I feel like for a lot of you, it's been a thing of extremes where, you know, you may be in your feelings, but the minute something happens, you shut down and you run back into logic. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with logic, nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing wrong with emotion either. Okay, people have demonized emotion forever because you're not supposed to let somebody know how you feel and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? The people that say that are the people who have grown up or experienced situations and people where everybody around them were people that they couldn't trust. Because you got to imagine when somebody tells you that, oh, you shouldn't let anybody know how you feel. You know, you don't ever let them see, you know, don't ever let them see you sweat and all that kind of stuff. When people tell you that kind of shit, it's because they've grown up around people that they couldn't trust, people that they couldn't let see them sweat. And they give you that advice, you know, hoping to help you, but it's flawed advice because you have to be able to be yourself around people that, you know, that you love. And if they truly love you, they're going to allow you to be exactly who you are. And if you can't be who you are, Aquarius, around the people that you're around, then you need to reassess. You got to look again. Like I said with that Empress card, you got to look again and see the people that you're around, because they're not serving you. You're not attracting people who serve your highest good, is what that's telling me. Okay? Because like I said, you shouldn't ever, around the people that you love and that you trust, you should never not be able to be yourself around those people. If not, like I said, you can't take everybody with you. You on a soul's journey of growth, spiritual ascension, and you can't take everybody with you. Some people are not going to be able to understand what you're going through, just like you can't talk to everybody about this, you know, connection. Those of you who are in a twin flame connection, you can't talk to everybody about that. You can't talk to everybody about this neither. They're not going to understand. And you're going to get some people who are going to resist. They're going to fight the fact that you're trying to change and you're trying to be better and do better. But you need to stick to your guns, Aquarius. Don't let anybody drag you out of what you're trying to accomplish. Because like I said, you're strong. You've been through a lot of shit. And that's the reason why you've been through a lot of shit. Because you're strong. Spirit was toughening you up to go through this growth, to go through this ascension, because ascension ain't for no fucking punks. Let me tell you the truth. Okay? Because I keep telling y'all about this damn DNOS, and this DNOS ain't no fucking joke. I have a damn, how can I explain it? It's like a river. I have a river of irritation and anger and fear all at the same time, running through me all the time right now. Because remember when I told you I was happy all the time and I was laughing and everything was funny or whatever? Now all of that's been snatched away, and it's just a river of being irritated and being angry and just like, what is going on? And like I told you, I don't want to get out of the bed some days and things like that. I just be saying my prayers every day that Spirit will allow me to get up and read for y'all, you know, because that's one of the things, like I said, I've always enjoyed. But but to be honest with you, some days I don't even want to do this, but I know what it is. It's the dark night of the soul. It's this spiritual awakening I'm going through. Like I told you before in the last reading, it is Spirit telling me that I don't need nothing to be happy. All I need to do is just be. That's what Spirit is trying to tell all of us. We don't need none of this fucking shit we go out and shout for and try to, you know, buy and try to own and all this kind of crap. And the thing we striving for this and striving this and striving for that. That's why Dark Night of the Soul happens. Because it's showing you that, because you start to ask. Because like I tell you, I start to ask that on a regular basis. Like, what is the meaning of all of this? And I'm laughing, but I'm serious. I'm 100% serious because, you know, I laugh at the things I say. But you start to question, what is the meaning of life? Why am I here? If none of these things are making me happy, then what is the point? But what the lesson is that there is no point. You just supposed to be. And when you become your highest self, you're able to channel your soul and have your soul come through. That's what you're going to do. You're just going to be. And none of this stuff on the outside is going to matter. If it's there, you're going to be okay. And if it's not there, you still going to be okay. And that's the point that you got to get to. Okay? Okay. Now we'll move to the next question. Is saying the card for how you can begin to explore your emotions. And that card is the Champion of Coins. This is the Knight of Pentacles normally. And it's reversed. So it's saying, Spirit is saying that your emotions, you're stifling your emotions. And we know this because we got the Queen of Swords coming up in your readings, your love readings all the time. Because like I said, I feel like a lot of you were very fucking hurt by what happened between you and your person. You know, and I feel like it's caused a lot of you to shut down. And that's a normal thing to happen. It's a normal thing to happen because I do it too. And I told you, I'm Aquarius rising. But I'm a Scorpio too. So it's like, you know, I'm emotion and some damn logic. And then on top of that, you know, I got the Sagittarius too. So when I get hurt, that's the first thing I want to do too. I want to shut down too. It's normal. Okay. But all I'm trying to tell you is that when you stifle yourself, you have no direction. That's what this card is saying. You have no direction. Okay. This is when you end up feeling stuck. You know, feeling bored, feeling impatient, you know, not wanting to finish what you start, that kind of stuff. But you can't allow yourself to get caught up in this. Okay? You got to try to come out of this because I'm telling you, those of you who haven't been through D-Knots yet, you have to try to be in the best state possible before it strikes. You want to try to be in the best. I mean, it's going to tear everything down anyway, but you want to try to, you know, not be feeling stuck before you go through this because you don't want it to be even worse. Okay. And those of you that are working on yourselves and, you know, doing the work, continue to do the work, continue to stay focused on your meditation and your journaling and all the things that you've been doing to, you know, focus on yourself, to love on yourself. Like I said, buy yourself those flowers, you know, take yourself out on a date, you know, talk to yourself, you know, journal, do the things you need to do for self-care because your self-care, your routine, that's what's going to help get you through D-Knots. I've told you that before, Dark Night of the Soul, that's what like I said, my morning routine used to take me like an hour. Now it's expanded to about 2 hours because I have to make sure that I'm right because I don't know what's going to happen during the day because let me tell you this, I will start off good and by the end of the day, I'm bawling like a baby and upset, you know, and nothing happened. Nothing happened to make me that way. It's just the D-Knots. It's like swings. It's like one day you over here and it's okay and you feel like you can get through the day, but then all of a sudden, you know, you'll drop. Or like you may start the day happy and then all of a sudden you drop down into, you know, despair and you crying and you upset and all this kind of stuff. But you got to make sure you're getting your feelings out. So you need to make sure you're journaling and doing what you need to do to stay on top of how you feel because you got to draw all of that stuff out. You have to get it out. You can't bottle it up. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you because you're stifling Aquarius, because that's what this card is saying. Okay, and you're lacking direction because you're gonna have to know where you're headed. Because when this D-Knots come, because like I told you, some people get stuck. I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to, you know, make you aware of this. Those of you who haven't gone through Dark Night of the Soul yet, some people get, you know, you going through. It's like you wandering through darkness when you go through this stuff, okay? And like I said, that's when You really need to make sure you're still focusing on working on yourself and stuff like that. You still got to try to do it. You got to pull it, dig down deep and pull it up from somewhere to continue to work on yourself, because you can get stuck in this and be stuck in it because there's no going back. You can only go forward. So it's either you get stuck, or you keep going forward until you see that light at the end of the tunnel. And you just got to have faith. Like I said, that's why you got to trust in spirit. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to move to the next question. It's saying, a way that you can be more patient with others. And then we've got the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands is talking about a lack of foresight. So right now you're going through a lack of foresight is what Spirit is saying. So you gotta, really pay attention to what's going on when it comes to other people, because you're not being present when it comes to some of your dealings with people is what Spirit is saying with this card. Okay. So, you might be feeling restricted. This can talk about, also like some form of regression, like you going back, like maybe you've done a lot of work on yourself and all of a sudden, like I said, the dark night of the soul can hit, and then you don't want to do anything, but you got to grab a hold of that morning routine or whatever routine you've established to do this work on yourself, and you have to stay with it. Like I said, even if you have to cut it down, just cut it down a little bit. But like I said, I've increased it because I know this is my base. This is my foundation. And it's what's helping me get through everything, because I can't just lay in the bed and just not do nothing and just be feeling crazy all day. I'm not that type of person where I can do that. Because like I said, some days you'll feel restless and want to do something and don't know what to do. And like I told you, every day I don't want to get out of the bed. It's just the way it has you feel. And like I said, some days I'm like, yeah, let's sit down and read. And then other days I'm like, whew, I have to just be like, I have to push through it. Because like I said, Spirit is just trying to show me and trying to show you through me that you don't need none of this at the end of the day. You can be happy with nothing. So now we know why, people that live like monks and nuns and things like that, why, where they find their happiness from within. Because like I said, this outside validation, that's what we're trying to get rid of. Like I said, it's nice. If you get it, it's okay. But you need to be in the mindset of, just like I was saying with everything else, if you have it, it's okay. If you don't have it, it's still okay, because you feed yourself. You look for validation from the inside only, and not from the outside. Like I said, it's nice if it comes. If it doesn't, it's okay. Because then that way, when you're in relationships with other people and stuff like that, because even if you're in a relationship with somebody, it's good and it's a healthy relationship, there are going to be times when they fall short and they don't give you what it is that, you may have been looking for from them. So the fact that you're giving it to yourself, that's going to keep down a lot of stuff, because there are going to be no expectations towards your person to give you anything, because you're feeding yourself. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move to the next one. It's saying, where should you look to find more like-minded people? Okay. So the 9 of Coins. So it's talking about, you need to look, at your self-worth and know that you're enough. And you're going to attract those people. They're just going to come on in. As long as you've got this in your energy. Because remember, this 9 of Coins, we talk about this all the time, where I tell you 9 of Pentacles, that's the energy that Spirit wants you to embody, right? The Empress and the 9 of Pentacles, right? Someone who stands in their power and knows their worth. Because if you know your worth, then everybody else is going to know it as well. Just like if you don't know it, everybody else is going to treat you like they don't know it as well. Okay? So this is talking about, this card is also talking about like you standing up for what you deserve, and, for you to stop undervaluing yourself, and to know that you're enough just the way that you are. Because Aquarius, like I said, you don't have to do nothing for anybody to love you. They're supposed to just love you. They're supposed to just love you no matter what. That's the definition of unconditional love. You know that because look at your person. Your person did all this stuff, and for most of you, you still love your person. You still love them because it's unconditional. And that's what it's supposed to be. That's the type of relationship that you want to have, because you know that you can relax and be comfortable and be exactly who you are and know that you're still going to be loved. Okay. Okay. So the last question, it says, what's something you should start to explore further, Aquarius? And it's saying here we got the Messenger of Cups, which is normally the Page of Cups. So this is, a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is the Pisces card. It's saying romantic gestures. So this is talking about, any love offers that you're getting. Any kind of romance, any kind of, anything that like your, when it comes to your psychic abilities, any type of messages that you're getting from your, intuition, from spirit, you need to explore all those things. You need to explore the spiritual and the emotional side of yourself more, because like I said, you're stifled with this Knight of Pentacles reversed, or Champion of Coins reversed. Okay? All right. Like I said, just the whole message is you're focusing on your self-esteem. You're focusing on this spiritual growth and the types of relationships you draw in. But if you're focusing on your self-esteem and your growth, those relationships, you're automatically going to start to attract the type of relationships that, that you both, deserve and desire. Okay? Okay, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you. My contact information is in the description box below if you'd like to book a personal reading. And don't forget to hit the like button to subscribe and hit the notification bell to know when I post new readings. Please have a good day, night, or evening. And thank you for letting me read for you. And we out.